Hello dear children, today we are going to start the grammar section of your high school English syllabus. This is the first chapter of your textbook. Dear children, I hope you must be familiar with the concept of sentence. Here, today in this lesson, we will study the various parts of a sentence. Let's begin the lesson. Look at these two groups of words. Which one of these is a complete sentence? You have two groups of words. Red hat. A girl is wearing a red hat. Yes, of course, the sentence number 2 is a complete sentence because it provides a complete meaning. The sentence number 1 is not giving a complete meaning. So what is a sentence? A sentence is a set or group of words which makes complete sense. Parts of a sentence. There are two parts of a sentence, subject and predicate. These are the two parts of a sentence. What is subject? Subject names who or what the sentence is about. What is predicate? Predicate tells what the subject is about. Look at this picture. It's a famous monument of India. It is the Taj Mahal. Now read the sentence. People from all over the world come to see the Taj Mahal. What is the subject in this sentence? People from all over the world is the subject. It is the naming part of the sentence. What is the predicate in this sentence? Come to see the Taj Mahal is the predicate. Predicate starts from verb. Come to see the Taj Mahal is the predicate part of this sentence. It is the telling part of this sentence. People from all over the world is the subject part of this sentence. Let's discuss about subject and predicate in detail separately. Subject. Subject may be of two types, noun or pronoun may act as subject. Sometimes noun phrase may also act as subject. Look at this picture. There is a boy in this picture. You can see. If we call this boy Ravi, what does Ravi do? Ravi jumps. Ravi jumps. What is the position of Ravi here? Ravi is in the position of subject and it is a noun. Here we have noun as a subject. Suppose we do not know the name of this boy. What will the sentence become? He jumps. The word he replaces the noun. He is a pronoun. Here we have pronoun as a subject. Let's elaborate this sentence further. A boy jumps. A boy jumps. Here, a is the determiner. What is boy? Boy is a noun or the head word. Sometimes it is also called the head word. And it is the determiner. We can reframe the sentence in another way. A little boy in the blue shirt jumps. Here little, what is little? Little is an adjective. It describes the quality of the boy. We have another adjective in this sentence, in this phrase, blue. Blue describes the quality of the shirt. A is the determiner, little is the adjective, boy is the head verb, and in the blue shirt is an adjective phrase. What is adjective phrase? Adjective phrase is a group of words that describes the quality of a noun. Here, this adjective phrase is describing the quality of a noun, which is boy. In this way, we can say a subject may be of two types. Noun and pronoun may be the subject, or sometimes noun phrase may also be the subject. Dear children, you must be familiar with noun or pronoun as the subject of a sentence. But sometimes verbs may also act as subject. Look at these examples. Walking is a good exercise. Here what walking is placed in the column of subject. What is walking? Walking is a doing verb. It is an action verb. But here it is placed in the column of subject. Smoking is harmful. What is the position of smoking in this sentence? Smoking is placed in the column of subject. Smoking is the subject of this sentence. Swimming is useful. Swimming. What does the word swimming represent here? Swimming represents the subject. Walking, smoking, swimming are the subjects of these examples. Verb plus ing. When we add ing in the end of the first form of the verb, it is used as gerund. Gerund can also be the subject of a sentence. What is gerund? Gerund is a non-finite verb which ends in ing and works like noun. Infinitive as subject. Sometimes infinitives also act as subject. To plus were. It is the structure of infinitive. Read these examples carefully. To solve this question is difficult. To smoke is harmful. To err is human. To see is to believe. What is to solve? In this sentence, to solve is the subject of this sentence. What is to smoke here? To smoke is also a subject. What is to err? To err is human. To err is used as subject. What is the position of to see in this sentence? It is also used as subject. These subjects are in the form of infinitive. Infinitive means to plus were. When we add to before the first form of the verb, it becomes infinitive. And it may be used as subject of a sentence. What is infinitive? Infinitive is a non-finite verb. Non-finite means not limited by number of person or any noun or pronoun. This we will deal in your next chapter, which is generally preceded by to. We place to before the verb and it is used like a noun, adjective or adverb. So this way we have seen gerund and infinitive can be used as subject. It and there as subject. It and there can also be used as subject. Read these examples. It is raining today. It is 2 o'clock. It is generally used to show weather condition. It is very hot today. It was very cold yesterday. And it is also used to tell the time. It is 2 o'clock, it is 4 o'clock. It is used as neutral pronoun. Yes, it is a kind of pronoun. It is used as the subject. Sometimes there is also used as subject. There are 50 boys in the class. There is no problem. There is an introductory adverb, or it may be also called demonstrative pronoun. It is also a kind of pronoun. So we have seen it and there may also be used as subject. Let's practice. Here is a picture of a boy. Make sentences with different types of subject using this picture. What do you see in this picture? There is a boy. You will say, there is a boy. There is used as subject in this sentence. If we call this boy Ravi, what will you say? What does Ravi do? Ravi writes a letter. Here we have subject as noun. Noun is used as the subject of this sentence. He writes a letter. If we do not know the name of this boy, what will we say? We will say he writes a letter. He is used as the subject. Pronoun is used as the subject. Writing is necessary for students. Here, gerund, verb plus ing is used as subject. My father is the subject of this sentence. What is the predicate of this sentence? Gave me a bicycle is the predicate of this sentence. What does the word gave stand for? The word gave is the verb of this sentence. What is the position of me in this sentence? Me is an indirect object, or we can say it is object 1. What is a bicycle here? A bicycle is the direct object in this sentence. We can call it object 2. In this sentence, we have two objects in the predicate. One is direct object and another is indirect object. What is the difference between direct object and indirect object? A direct object is something that receives the action. An indirect object is something that which is affected by the action. An indirect object is the recipient of direct object. Usually we see that indirect object is a person. A direct object is a thing. So the sentence structure of this sentence becomes subject plus verb plus object 1 direct object and object 2 indirect object. Gerund and infinitives. Gerund and infinitive can also be used as object of a sentence. Look at this picture. Can you see? There is a boy. A boy is holding a ball in his hand. What does he like? He likes to play with the ball. He likes to play. Or we can reframe this sentence in a different manner. He likes playing. He likes playing. You know what is the subject of this sentence? He. What is the predicate of this sentence? Likes to play is the predicate of this sentence. Let's analyze the predicate part of this sentence. What is the verb in this sentence? Likes is the verb in this sentence. What is to play in this sentence? What is the position of to play? To play is in the position of infinitive as object. Here we have an infinitive as object. To plus verb is called infinitive. Infinitive may also work as object of a sentence. What is the position of he in this sentence? He is the subject. What is the predicate part? Likes playing is the predicate part of this sentence. What is the verb? Likes is the verb in this sentence. What is playing here? Playing is the object of this sentence. This is the object of this sentence. An object is in the position of gerund. Verb plus ing. So this way you have seen infinitive and gerund can also be used as object of a sentence. Here one more type of predicate we have. Look at these two groups of words. Which one of these sentences is correct? He is a teacher. Obviously, he is a teacher is the correct sentence. Is a linking verb or a be verb. All linking verbs or be verbs like is, are, am, was, were always take a complement. He is a teacher. They are doctors. They are corona fighters. Are examples of object with complement. Now we have the predicate part. We have the subject part. You will have to fill the predicate part. Better if you fill different types of predicate as studied today. I is the subject of this sentence. You can fill go here. I go. They is the subject. You can fill they are doctors. My brother. Here you can fill predicate with two objects. My brother gave me a book. Here me is the indirect object. A book is the direct object. We have two objects in this predicate. He is a student. This is an example of object with complement. This way you can do many more exercises. Last, let's sum up. Identify the subject and predicate part of this sentence. The birds is the subject part of this sentence and fly is the predicate part of this sentence. A group of elephants is the subject part of this sentence. Move slowly is the predicate part of this sentence. Radha and Sita play together. Radha and Sita is the subject part of this sentence. Play together is the predicate part of this sentence. Washing hands can save us from coronavirus. Washing hands is the subject part. Predicate part is can save us from coronavirus. Your homework. This is your homework for today. Make 5 sentences using different types of subject. Make 5 sentences using different types of predicate. So this was the lesson. Another important information I would like to give you. अगर आप लोगों को और ज़्यादा एक्सरसाइजेस करनी है या इस लेसन से संबंधित पाठ्य सामग्री एकत्रित करनी है तो आप दीक्षा मोबाइल ऐप डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं। दीक्षा मोबाइल ऐप डाउनलोड करने के लिए आप प्ले स्टोर पे जा सकते हैं अथवा iOS से डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं।